5 of the core challenge. You are halfway. That is amazing. Try and stay with it. Finish off this challenge and you'll feel so proud of yourself for making it to the end. So for today, we're doing a lot of sideline series. So that means lots of obliques. So your obliques are the waist muscle that runs from the front rib all the way around to the back. Okay, so lots of side body work. Do what you can, as always. Have a rest whenever you need to, but it's really short, so do your best. Okay, so let's start. We're going to start on our left-hand side, okay? So I'm going to invite you to come down onto your left forearm, straighten your left leg and have the right leg bent. Right hand comes behind your head. Now straight away, lift up and out of your waist, so don't collapse into this shoulder because you're going to use your waist muscles to keep you lifted here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to bend the left leg, bring it in towards the right elbow, and then extend, okay? So here we go. We bend and extend. So we're crunching into the side body. So draw the belly in tight as you crunch. Press away from that left forearm so you're not collapsing. We want to use both sides of the body here. Drawing the belly tight and you're crunching across. So bending through the center. Using the out breath on the effort. So anything that's a little bit tough, breathe out through the mouth and it will assist you to be able to keep going, okay? So even though it's core work today, we are doing a lot of side plank, forearm plank things, so it might go into the shoulders as well, just a little bit today. Let's go for 2. We've got one more. Now we're going to keep the legs straight and we're going to reach up to the foot and reset. So we're just keeping that leg straight now, extending the right arm as well. Draw the belly in tight. Don't worry if you can't reach your toe. It doesn't matter. You're lifting up that leg as high as you can, okay? So we're rolling back onto the fleshy part of the bum a little bit here. So we're getting into our waist muscles. We've got 4. Big opening as you come down as well. Pull the elbow back. You've got 2. And then we've got one more time. 1. Beautiful. Right, let's align ourselves. Make sure both legs are straight now. Hips are coming forwards, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to bring your right elbow towards your left elbow and then open up towards the ceiling. So right elbow is going to come across towards the left and then you lift up. Now what we're doing here is we're rotating through center. So draw the belly in as you twist and then peel open as you inhale and lift. Make sure you're pressing away from that left forearm. Twist as far as you can round. Maybe you can get all the way down to the wrist. Maybe you're just getting to the fingertips, but that's okay. Twist in a big range of movement so you use all of the space and get all of those muscles around the core firing up here. Okay, let's go for 2 more, last 2. Remember, move slow and control. Don't rush it. Take your time. We've got one more here. Last one. Pressing through, twisting off those hips, and then coming all the way back up. Okay, if you need to, bend your left leg. But if not, we're going to reach up into a side plank. So right arm reaches towards the ceiling. You can bend if you need to. We're going to take a hip pulse. So I go down, up, for 8, 7, stay with me, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Beautiful job. Let's go to the other side. If you need to have a little shoulder roll on that left arm first, feel free to take a mobilization there because it does get a little intense into the shoulder as well. But I just call that a Brucey bonus. Yeah, it's an extra muscle that you're working as well as the side body. Okay, coming onto your right when you're ready. So the right leg is straight, the left leg is bent, right elbow's down, left hand behind the head. We bend first and extend. So we're bending into the right leg, bringing the left elbow across. Draw the belly tight and remember, I talk about it a lot, but we're not collapsing into the side body. Press away, make sure there's a gap between your rib cage and the floor the whole time. Okay, so twisting through, noticing how this feels on this side of the body. Remembering to peel the top elbow all the way back so you open through the chest at the same time. Squeeze it in, active, crunching through and extend, crunching and extend. So pressing away, using the breath and lengthening out of the pose. For 3, you're doing great. For 2, and then we're going to come into our straight leg sweep. So the right leg sweeps up and lowers. So you're reaching up with the left leg here. We're sinking back onto the bottom, remember. So for this one, you're sinking back onto the bum cheeks so that you can lift that underneath leg to get into the core work here. Pressing away from the shoulder. Moving at your speed, not at mine. Doing as many as you can. That's very important. Do as many as you can, not me. I'm going to go for 2 more. And then 1. Then we're going to straighten both legs. Now you stack the hips. So you're not on the fleshy part of the bum. Your hips are stacked. Left elbow's coming towards right wrist. And then we open up. Find your balance. Don't worry if you're wobbling, okay? Even if you wobble and fall backwards, just bring yourself back up and join in whenever you can. Watch that top elbow with your eye line. See if you can use your whole spinal movement here. Get a bigger range of movement. Using the out breath, drawing the belly tight. Pressing away from that right arm. And not worrying if you wobble back. Feel into all of those wobbles. Acknowledge how your body's feeling. It's trying to suss out. It's trying to keep itself stable here. Wringing out to your waist. Draw it in. Squish it out. Last 2. Last 2. We've got 1 more here. Make it the best one you've done. Big twist. And now know that you can bend your right knee if you want to. So it'd be like that. We're going to lift up into our plank. Lift the left arm up to the ceiling. Long line here. We pulse hips down and up for 8, 7, big smile, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Great. Now again with this right shoulder, if you want to, take some circles here, loosening off through that shoulder joint because we are going to come into some forearm plank stuff now. So give the shoulders time to recover and then making your way over onto your fronts when you're ready. So we're going to pop, I'm going to pop that mic in there first, but we're going to come onto our forearms, okay? So elbows underneath shoulders. Now bring your bottom down. Let's make sure your hips are not lifting up towards the ceiling. We're scooping and hollowing the belly. Spine is long, okay? So we're going to take a hip dip. One hip comes towards the floor. You rotate through center, the other hip comes down. So I'm twisting through the middle. We're getting into the waist. Like I say, we're going into those obliques. And we're twisting one hip to the ground and then the other. So twisting, try not to lift the bottom. Keep the head in the middle of the forearms. Now, obviously, if you feel you can, if you feel comfortable, we would lift onto the toes and then continue our twist in a full plank. Make sure you're not lifting the bottom up. Stay low even as you transition through the middle. Don't lift the bum up. Once the bum comes too high, you're actually easing off. You won't feel the work, okay? Also, on the other extreme, don't drop your hips too low because your back will take too much pressure. So it's important somewhere in the middle that feels good for you. Moving controlled, don't rush it. We go for 6, 5, 4, suck it all in, 3, 2, we've got one more. 1, come down onto those knees, uncurl the toes, bring yourself up onto your hands, okay? So we're going to come onto all 4s, right? Hands under shoulders. Take a moment to find your neutral spine here. So lengthen the back, find that space. We now tuck our toes under. We're going to come to a hovered box. So exhale as you lift the knees off the ground. You should feel everything tighten like a big corset around the tummy. And then control as you lower. So as soon as you lift those knees, your tummy kicks in, yeah? You breathe out, you can feel everything sucking in, push away from the hands, lengthen through the spine, and then control as you lower. So yes, your shoulders and your thighs are working, but you should be activating the tummy to be able to lift you up into a hover here, okay? So lengthening that spine. Let's see if we can all come up on the next one. Join me now, hover and hold. Holding it here, stay with me for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Let's take a child's pose, short recovery. So bottom to heels, reach the arms forwards. Let the forehead drop onto the mat. Give your back time to stretch out, okay? Take a big breath in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then we'll come back onto all fours. So like I say, we're doing a little bit more here, planky work today in this challenging video. So do what you can. I'm going to set you up. We're going to do lots of different progressions now, okay? So in our box, we straighten the right arm and the left leg when you're ready. Right arm and left leg, okay? Then we're going to lift the right arm and left leg. And we're going to bring the right elbow and the left knee together, crunch it in, and then extend to hover. So you're reaching elbow and knee together in center, and then you're going to lengthen, find neutral spine here. Okay, so we'll do this a few times, drawing the belly tight, reaching and extending. So you're finding control, you're finding stability, and you're lifting that knee as close towards your chest as you can as you bring it in. So you work into a rounded spine. You crunch up and then lengthen. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more here. Now know that this is progression number 1, and you can bring yourself back to this level whenever you need to. That's very important to know, okay? We're going to reset. We're going to do that on the other side. So let's reset. Find neutral spine. And then extend left arm and right leg when you're ready. When you feel comfortable to join me, we lift up arm and leg. And we bring the knee and elbow together in center, crunch it in, and then extend and hold. Okay, so we're on the other side now. Make sure it's opposite arm, opposite leg, otherwise you will fall over. Keep the spine long, the eye line is down. There's no creases in the back of the neck. And we're scooping and hollowing the belly. Yeah, scoop and hollow. Crunch it all in and lengthen and extend. Let's go for 1 more here. Last one. Reach and extend and then come down onto all fours. Okay, lift your hands up. Give them a little shake out. Right, know that they are your progressions. They're your first levels. You can stay with those ones if you need to. What we're going to do is I'm going to develop into a half plank. So this time, hands under shoulders, take your knees a little further back and then hinge your body weight forwards. Now this time, you're going to straighten your right arm, your left leg, you're going to lift it up, and now you're going to bring the knee and elbow together, but as you reach, make sure you're coming forwards into that half plank position. So I'm doing exactly the same, right arm, left leg. But as I reach and lengthen, I press the hips forward slightly, so I come into a half plank. If that is too intense, you bring the right knee closer towards the left hand, so you're more in a box position, not a half plank, yeah? Because this will be more intense here on the balance and on that core control. Let's go for 1 more. It's challenging, isn't it? I know. And let's try the other side. So reset yourself, either stay in the box or we're in a half plank. Left arm, right leg lifts. Then we bring it to center. And then as we extend, we bring our body weight over. So we're in a half plank. So that left knee is not underneath your hip when you reach forwards, is slightly further back. Trying not to twist, we want to keep the shoulders and the chest square to the ground here. And don't collapse into the right arm. Make sure you're finding strength to give you that support. Can we do 1 more here? Last one. Great for the balance, this one. and then pop it down. Let's shake out those wrists. Shall we finish off? Okay, so last bit of this class. Next level, if you want to try, you're at home. If you can't do it and you topple over, no one knows. It doesn't matter. If I topple over, you're all going to see. So we're going to do right arm, left leg again. You could do it in a box. You could do it in your half plank. Or we can come into our full plank position. Let's give it a go. We're going to take our feet base a little wider. Take the right arm out. The left leg lift. Elbow and knee come together in center. And then you reach, extend, and hold. Okay, so it's a little bit more wobbly here. Try and keep your bottom down, especially when you come to the plank. Try not to keep the bum up. Find the strength into that left arm. Draw the belly in tight. Seeing if you can crunch and reach. Have you got one more in there? So I'm lifting through the hips. I can feel my obliques kicking in right here, yeah? Reach, extend, and then come down and give everything a little shake. Was it okay? Was it good? Let me know how you got on. Let's do the other side, okay? So coming either box, half plank, or full plank. We now do left arm, right leg, bringing the knee and elbow together, and then trying to find your balance, square off the hips and chest to the floor. Yeah, so I'm moving a little slower now. Pressing my fingertips into the ground. Finding control. Pushing the left heel away from me. And using the breath. Have we got one more? Last one. Last one. Big reach. Come down onto the hands and knees. Interlace your fingers together. Give your wrists some mobilization. Remember, there is a wrist stretching video in the March stretching plan. So if you want to go and have some wrist and some upper body stretch and release after that, it's quite short, 10-15 minutes. Maybe that might be a good one to do. But if not, well done. Day 6, I'll see you on the mat.